Damn it, nothing? What is these facial expressions? You are not that angry. I just wanted to see you before I go. Louis. He done so much for me and Henry. Oh my god, this is an anime. Oh. How y'all doing? It's your boy JC and welcome back to more Stillwater. Yes, we're back with another part. Yes, I didn't forget about the game. Yes, nobody watched the last part. But if you're new and you're watching this part, cue card to watch the last part to understand what's going on. Now, with that being said, I didn't forget this game. I had this waiting, as y'all saw, all the great content I'm putting out over the weeks. Bombarded. I just couldn't do it, you know what I'm saying? School, work, it's like, hey, you know? So we're here, finally, back. I think from last where we left off, we have a quick recap to go through, just simple stuff. I mean, if you guys don't know, where PI, our main character, is Hugo Laurent, which is funny, because another game that I played, also one of the characters is part of the feds. His name is also Laurent. Pretty much, we finally get our first mission as a private investigator, and now we have to figure out what's going on. This woman, she has her house haunted or whatever. Her grandfather looks younger than all the combined and look good looking. So it's like, okay, what's going on? We gotta figure this whole out. So that's pretty much the gist. I mean, we didn't miss a lot, but I will say that there's 7,000 words and there's 2 endings. We definitely gonna finish this all. So without further ado, let's get it. Let's go. Rumors, doubts, lies, all of those things are what they want to become real. Deep-rooted emotions like that can't possibly be healed or fixed right away. But like a curse, those emotions drag other people down with them. Personally, I think you are caught up in all of this. But I assure you we'll see this through. For you and your grandfather. Thank you. Good. Now, our first priority is to find out more about Louis. Nina, the letter you showed us back at the agency, do you have it with you? Yes, it's here. Do you mind if I borrow it for a bit? I'll be sure to give it back. Of course. I'll check upstairs. Noah, you and Kobe, check the ground floor. Yeah, this is what happens when cops can't do their jobs. Got it. Before they leave to do their own investigations, Hugo grabs a hold of Noah's shoulder. He leans in close enough for Nina not to hear. Keep a close eye on Mr. Mortimer and Nina. Especially Nina. She might be possessed too. Okay. I'm counting on you. You too, boy. You the ugliest dog still, don't even cap. And with that, Hugo heads upstairs, starting his investigation. Alright. Mortimer Estate, 11:30. Was it AM or PM? I forgot. After searching vigorously through each of the rooms, he knew his findings would eventually lead him here. This is it. Hugo walks towards the nearest lampshade and opens it. Okay. Dimly illuminated, he sees the extent of how lavish this part of the house is. From the custom drapes to the vintage furniture, everything here exudes that extravagance. But much like the interior Hugo has seen so far, he finds this one in particular reeks of it. Plastered from wall to wall, a sense of gloom lingers. It's as if the room itself is moldering, despite its preserved nature. I need to hurry. I don't want to stay here for too long. Am I supposed to click around, brother? Mortimer Estate. Oh, it's 11 p.m. Damn, she got you working on the clock. He searches and searches, still with no sign of anything. Okay. Okay, damn. You didn't even really search. You just get lazy. Not one thing pertaining to Louis. Damn it, nothing? What is these facial expressions? You are not that angry. Like, are you even a PI, buddy? Think, oh, all I gotta do is just open a box in this random room. Like something would just be there to solve everything. It's as if he cleared out everything. Just blink everywhere. It has to be here. I'm just missing something. He ponders again before remembering the letter. This is the only proof Louis exists so far. I'll try to read it again. Maybe I overlooked it. As he takes the letter out from the envelope, he notices a change within it. Bearing no foreboding threat at the bottom of the page, it looks just like a regular letter. What the? If you can't come, then I understand. It's pretty dreary after all. But if I can ask one last favor of you, could you keep my locket? I know this is selfish for me, but I'd like for you to have it. I'd be happy knowing it's with you. Thank you for everything, Henry. Forever yours, Louis. So you got a locket. This is the same Louis? I thought he was the cause of all of this. I don't understand. Supposed to be the PI. Smooth brain. Without warning, the sound of a click can be heard across the bedroom, as if something unlocked itself. Hugo turns around and sees at the foot of the bed a chest. Okay. Unlike the furniture, its dark and rustic features have not been maintained well, left to rot on its own. Preparing himself, he opens the chest. Inside, scrambled together, are a bunch of notebooks and small trinkets. Hugo continues to rummage through when he stumbles across an old newspaper article. A young man found dead by the lake. Why is this in a chest? An unidentified man was found on the morning of XXX, 3 days prior to his death according to the police. Okay. Ruled out as a suicide. Police have claimed that the troubled youth drowned himself. This certainly is a tragic loss. An unfortunate event indeed. Comments. No claim of his body has been made yet. Lewis. By the corner of Hugo's eye, he spots a bright giant glint buried beneath the clutter. He reaches for it. Oh, that's the locket. The locket of a brilliant gold shines blemished, retaining its timeless luster. Inside, it safeguards a picture of a young man with glasses, smiling brightly. This must be the locket that he was talking about. It's so pretty. I'm surprised it still shines like this. In this picture. Did he put this here? No, it might have been Henry. But why would he store it away like this? What should I do? I mean, it's evidence. We're gonna need evidence to figure out what's going on, right? So let's take it. I should probably hold on to this for now. The music stopped. Uh-oh. Hugo's about to put everything back into the chest when he feels a wet and cold sensation crawling up his leg. What? Water? A pool of water relentlessly spreads across the floor, already seeping into his chest. Damn it, no! Suddenly the lights turn off. What the fuck is going on, brother? A scream is heard, followed by a myriad of shouts. Hugo's about to call out to Noah, but stops at the sight of pale feet before him. The hell? Looming over him stands a tall and ominous figure. His face is shrouded in complete darkness, devoid of any human emotion. Oh my god. And appears as a young man, but Hugo knows that it's far from it. No, this very thing is trying to imitate a human form. Trying to be human. Hugo can only stare back. Paralyzed with fear, he is forced to watch the horror as it slowly creeps towards him. Oh no. Just like before, the sensation of someone staring at him from within. But this time, it's drawing nearer. Who the frick is it? It better not be no broad with a white dress. It don't look like it. Inching ever so closely. The words to call out to Kobe or Noah fail to reach out. Lodged in his throat, he struggles in pain. With his breathing shallow, he tries to force his body to move. Then it stops. Looking down at Hugo, filled with nothing but malice and contempt, it speaks. The hell? Hey, yo. Don't get what? All of a sudden, the door to the bedroom slams shut and the entity disappears. If you guys take my soul, might as well take it, bro. Like, my ancestors gonna box your ass, bro. Who you think you fucking with? That's my boy. The tension from his body finally releases its agonizing grip, and he gasps desperately for air. The vision blurred, and breathing jagged, he staggered towards the door. He yanks at the handle several times, but it's tightly jammed. Noah! Kobe! To his dismay, he is only greeted with silence at the other end of the door. Damn it! From the distance, he faintly hears the sounds of Kobe's relentless barking as it gets further away from the house. What the hell is going on? Is this ghost haunting that place? Hugo rushes towards the window. He tries to pry it open, but just like the door, a heavy force prevents him from doing so. This. Frantically looking around the room, he spots a nearby chair. Ooh, without a moment sooner, Hugo grabs a chair and starts to strike the window. Bit by bit, the window cracks to get larger with each blow, splitting off smaller pieces. What the hell is this thing made out of? Still trying to catch his breath, he musters all of the strength he has for the final blow. Damn you, just break already. There it is. Clearing the remaining glass shards, Hugo peers his head out to see any railing he could grab a hold of. However, he discovers instead that the wall adjacent is covered in ivy. Despite how heavy the rain has drastically become, he reaches out for it, grabbing a handful of the vines. He carefully climbs down the window. Okay, I see what they're doing with the camera. Gripping tightly and making sure he doesn't lose his footing. Yet to his luck, a patch of vines he clutches started to tear away from the wall. Oh, baka. Out of desperation, he struggles to find a grip on another, but fails with his hands slip out of reach. Shit. Ooh. Clambering wildly as he loses grips on the ivy, he lands down onto a thicket of bushes. Air forced out of him, he heaves uncontrollably, trying to even out his breathing, but even that is laborious. An immense pain spreads across not only his back but his entire body. God, I'm getting too old for this. Ain't you like 24? Although his body screams out in pain, he forces himself up. There's still time. I can do this. I have to do this. Staggering his feet and haggard breathing, he makes his way to this place where it all started. To the lake, where this tragedy starts and ends. Damn, bruh. Monomeyer Estate, 12 a.m. You can go and go to this lake at 12 a.m. after you just encountered the ghost. You're really trying to get folded like an omelet. Finally entering through the park, Hugo calls to Kobe and Noah. Kobe! Noah! Where are you? Bro, you went to the lake. Like, what? You can't be calling out the wrong direction. The hell? He hears faintly the sounds of barking and echoes of people yelling in the distance. He rushes towards the echoes, guiding him through the downpour. With his heart racing and blood rushing to his head, he finds his way to the lake. Unless they went to the lake? I'm confused. What's going on? Drawn closer, he sees Nina giving chase to her grandfather. What? Unfortunately, she doesn't get too far as Noah stops her. Grandpa! Stop! Grandpa! Let me go! My grandpa, he's... Nina, please! It's dangerous! You'll get hurt too! I don't care! I don't want to lose anyone anymore! It's at an instant Hugo drudges against the water, pursuing in Nina's steed. Hugo? No, don't! Please falls death to his ears. Not even the whims and the worried cries of his partner could make him turn back. What the fuck is going on? Determined, he trudges further in. Nearing the deep end, he sees Henry Mortimer gazing directly at the abyss. He looks even more frail and disheveled as if all the life had been drained from him, surrendering it all to the lake. Before Henry could lead in, Hugo reaches out and tugs at his arm. Mr. Mortimer, listen to me. Nothing is waiting for you down there. So please, come back to the shore with me. Motionless and unresponsive, he still stares deeply into the water. There are so many things we cannot afford to lose in our lives. And you're one of them. To Nina, you're all she has left. She needs you, Mr. Mortimer. Hugo felt it. A slight jolt from Henry's arm, as if stirred by the mention of Nina. God dang. He slowly turns his face to Hugo. However, just as cruel and violent as the storm, Henry jerks back, wrenching his arm away from Hugo's hold on him. All of this is my fault. If only I got to Luna sooner, then none of this would have happened. So I'm assuming Lewis is the person who died near the lake. Henry inches even closer to the edge. Lewis, I'm sorry. I should have what? Gone in his stead? Gone with him? You know that wouldn't resolve anything. Not for you or Lewis. I read what he wrote to you those years ago. He understood if you didn't want to come see him. But the thing is, Mr. Mortimer, Lewis never thought of anything less of you. The locket is proof of that. Lewis, locket. Yes, it's a symbol of his love for you. That's why you don't have to shoulder all of the pain by yourself anymore. We could talk about it. About you and Lewis. All of it. Together. The hell? His eyes are gone. His green eyes are gone. Hugo extends not only to his hand to him, but a promise. A promise that Henry had yearned for so long. But why I feel like this is some like rom-com, like bro, what's going on? A way to forgive himself. He hesitates at first. What fool believes in a deserved forgiveness? Such a thing doesn't exist. And yet, despite everything, Hugo still reaches out to him, to a stranger. Maybe be forgiven. Just as he was about to reach out for Hugo, his hand slithers around Henry's instead. What the hell? Stop whispering, bro. His arms unnaturally contort around him while his head perches on his shoulder. This Lewis is no longer pretending to be human. With piercing cold green eyes, it glares directly at Hugo, mocking him, okay? Cursing him, wishing nothing but despair. We can be saved. We can be forgiven. Oh God. There is only one true way out of this. I will share with you the most happiest endings. Before Hugo could reach out for Henry's hand, he disappears into the water. Mr. Mortimer! Without hearing the anguished cries and desperate pleas, Hugo dives after him into the abyss. Okay? Plunging into the icy waters, Hugo feels shocks running rampant throughout his body, like spikes continuously piercing from his legs to the tip of his fingers, fiercely and unyielding. His chest tightens and his heart races as he begins to kick his legs, hoping whichever way he goes, he'll find his way to Henry. Swimming deeper and deeper in, he sees faintly a figure slowly descending into the darkness. Okay. As he finally gets closer to Henry, long snake-like arms stretched across the void and grab Hugo's neck, violently squeezing all the air out from him. He tries desperately to wrench its hands away. With each struggle, Hugo's movements begin to weigh heavier and heavier. Lewis. Where are you, Lewis? It's looking for Lewis. Digging deep into his coat's pockets, he grasps tightly in his hand the locket that Henry kept and had long forgotten, holding it out as it shines ever so brightly in the dark. Ah, there you are. It releases grips on Hugo and instead reaches out for the locket. Taking this as a chance, he drops the chain and kicks it all with his might and grabs Henry's arm. With his heart burning and his body screaming, he swims desperately to the surface. Almost there. I just have to. As the lights from the surface begin to blur, Hugo makes one last attempt to reach for it. With his limbs worn out and his energy spent, this is all he could do. Before he loses consciousness, he notices a figure swimming towards them, getting closer and closer. And then everything fades to black. Drifting along with whatever feels like an endless sea, Hugo courses through the wave after wave, not knowing where he's going or caring for that matter. All he knows that he's very, very tired. How long has it been since he had got a good night's rest? Ah, it's been so long. Maybe I should take that rest now. I like that so much. I agree that you deserve it, but not here. Sorry for startling you. I just wanted to see you before I go. Lewis. He done so much for me and Henry. Oh my god, this is an anime. Thank you. No worries. From a far off distance, a voice cries out to him, beckoning for him to come back. Well, I guess this is it. Take care, Hugo. Lake? With his eyes closed and his senses still returning, he feels the constant tugs and licks of a certain bloodhound. Okay. Whining as he tries to wake up his partner. Hugo! He also hears another familiar voice, too annoyingly close for comfort. Eyes shot right open, he jerks up. Confused, Hugo looks around before he coughs up the remaining water in his lungs. Are you alright? Noah starts to pat his back while Colby continues to whine over Hugo. What happened? Where's Mr. Mortimer? He's safe. So is Nina. They're both okay. The police and the ambulance should be arriving soon. Thank goodness. Isn't there more you have to say to me? Instead of, thank goodness? I swear you don't listen to a damn word I say. I'm sorry, Noah. Exhausted, he lets out a sigh. Then he continues to pat Hugo's back aggressively when someone approaches them. Detective Laurent? Oh, Nina. There's someone I want you to meet. Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah, gee. Old. Behind her stands an elderly man. Frail in stature, he timidly looks to the side pensively as he ponders to himself. Although his youth has long faded, his eyes are what catches Hugo's attention. They're no longer piercing and vicious green. Only eyes just like Nina's. Hello, Mr. Mortimer. Detective? I never got the chance to say goodbye to him. I always thought about it every day. What if Lewis lived on in this world? What if he stayed a little longer with me? It's because of that constant mindset. I dragged it around. I dragged everyone down. And I kept hurting not only me, but Nina especially. I was the one who kept hurting her. The one to blame for all of this. But you, someone that I've never met, but still went out of your way to save me, not knowing my burdens or my faults. Thank you. Hugo reaches out to Henry and smiles brightly at him. It's my pleasure, sir. Before he lets go, Henry tugs at Hugo's hands one last time. Hope that someday, you too will overcome it. Wait, what? The burden that you have? The next day, 8 a.m. Well, good morning, Hugo. You're bright and early. Morning. With much fervor and haste, Hugo resumes writing on his notepad. Although by closer inspection, it looks like he's going to combust any minute. Are you writing up the report? Without looking up, Hugo responds back. Yeah, for the most part. You still need to write yours too. I will. But since I haven't had breakfast yet, and I don't like eating by myself. Okay, you got some breakfast. Let me guess. 2 is better than 1. Bingo. Wow, Hugo. You're really catching on. I'm so proud of you. Shut it, will you? I swear, if I only hadn't fallen off the goddamn window, maybe my report would have been shorter. Before Noah could begin to cut the bacon, he pauses at the mention of Hugo's report. Oh yeah, by the way, mind telling me what happened to Mr. Mortimeyer's window? I broke it. Well, that's obvious to me. What I don't understand is, why is it broken? Do you know how much it costs to repair a window like that? I know. It was really dumb of me. I'm sorry. Besides, I told Mr. Mortimer about it before we left. And honestly, I was expecting an earful from him. And also the bill. And, surprisingly enough, he said it was okay. So what? So you just call it a day after all of that? Thank you so much, Mr. Mortimer. You broke it. You pay for it. Would you chill? Of course I'll pay for it. But each time I kept insisting, he just shrugged it off. He said that we already went through a lot for them, so this was nothing in comparison. That's facts, I guess. You know what? He's right. After all that we went through, I deserve at least a nap. Hugo puts down the pen and proceeds to head for the couch. What about a breakfast, bruh? Hugo puts down his, Kobe falls after him. Wait, what about breakfast? I'll eat it later. It's nap time now. Heavily sighing, Noah sets aside the food on the desk and joins the other two at the couch. Damn. I'm getting old. I mean, you are old. Shut it. Kobe whines, asking for head scratches. Sorry, Bari. Silently, Hugo scratches the back of Kobe's ears as he leans closer to Noah. You know, I'm glad that you came along yesterday. Oh, what's this? Are you getting chummy with me now? Call it chummy or whatever, but I really mean it. If you hadn't save us back there. Look, I told you before. I'll be there whenever you get yourself into reckless shit. Besides, did you say this was nap time? Get some rest. You deserve it. You too. A calming silence fills the room as the 3 fall deeper into sleep. No big parties, or celebrations. Just each other's comfort and sharing this small but rewarding night's rest. Good and a night's rest. Thank you for playing. Wow. Let me get my snack real quick. Got some Velveeta joints. All right, before we continue and I give you my thoughts, let's see if we can get the other ending, because there's 2 endings. All right, so we're here. Got the option to take the locket. Let's see what happens when we leave the locket. Oh, so everything returns to normal. When we took the locket, that's when the little ghost thing haunted us. Oh, wait, no. They still haunt us. Okay, never mind. I was lying. Lewis is waiting for me. He's waiting for me to come home. Okay, just bring the water. So let's see what happens. Okay. Let's share this happy ending together. So this is what happens when you don't have the locket. Bad end, A Mermaid's Tale. All right. Let's talk about this ending and the game. Let's get some good notes out the way. I think this game is really cool as far as concept goes, the idea for it, from the idea to the visual ideas too as well. I like the logo of Stillwater. I like the art designs and like the sequencing for a visual novel game. Like for this to be a visual novel game, it's already got like my attention because off of just the animation of like the characters and certain things, sound effects. So like making a visual novel really be a visual novel, because when these people make visual novels, it almost feels like if they don't add any like sound effects or anything like animations or anything, it just feels like I'm reading a book. I'm not really doing anything as far as playing a game and reading a book. So the off bat, it reminds me of Tomorrow Will Be Dying. If you guys ever seen my playthrough on that playlist, cue card, it has everything like what it needs, right? Like it has the looks, like it just has everything it needs. Like even like Tomorrow Will Be Dying, like there was like a RPG type section where you can like make food and check your phone, and like how they sequence that where you can look at the map and visit other people, and like that was actually cool. It's just when they make the game, it almost feels like they're cramming all their ideas into the game and not letting it breathe, if that makes sense. It's kind of like they have all the requirements to make a beautiful flower and they wind up like messing up that. It's just because they didn't do it correctly as far as watering the flower and being taken care of it. When I grade stuff or like I give you my honest feedback or criticism, I don't mean it by malice, but I don't want anyone to take my criticism to heart. I don't want anyone to be offended, especially the people who made this game. It's already a great start. Like, don't get that wrong. When I critique stuff, it's just off of just my personal feedback and opinions, and hopefully that will help or encourage people to see my perspective, and for the developer as well to see that maybe they might need some room for improvement. So right off bat, that's why I want to say the good things about this game. Pretty cool. It's just the ideas didn't have room to grow. I think that's what it is. And I think it's fine if they want to make a short game that's like 30 minutes long or an hour long. That's cool. If anything, the way they set this up in their concept for the story and the characters, it almost feels like you should give us more of a demo than like the full extent of this game, because Stillwater seems like there's more to be implemented on. Now, I might be wrong. The developer probably said on his Patreon or his page like, yo, this is a demo. If that's the case, I'll probably take back most of what I'm saying when I critique this. But even for the demo, there's still issues where they're cramming everything and they're not letting us get to know. Like, if this is gonna be a demo, I feel like I should be left on a cliffhanger, not like completion. I want development between characters and the concept of the story. Like, I want the concept of the story, the plot. I want development with that and development with the characters, because that if they can intertwine that and keep us going and making us at the edge of our seats waiting for more, that's a great story. I didn't feel that. I felt like I was like, okay, this is actually really cool. It's got my interest. And then like we're going up the roller coaster and then just it's like the roller coaster just immediately goes back down. That's what happened when we got to like, I would say, the climax of this game. And it's not necessarily bad. I just feel like everything was too rushed. Like, we don't get to really know Laurent. It seems like he's gonna be a great character. You know, same with Noah and even Nina and probably even Henry. You know, a great premise start, despite some, you know, anime cliches or cliches when it comes to story writing. I don't mind cliches as long as it's done correctly. That's just my personal critique at the end of the day. I guess I just didn't resonate with the story. Like, I didn't feel for the story like I thought I was going to feel for it. So, you know, if I had to score it, if I had to like summarize my thoughts into like an individual score, I would give it probably like a 7 out of 10. Not bad. Yeah, it's still pretty cool. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I still like the cool things about it. So overall, what you guys think? Do you guys agree with me? Do you don't? Let me know. I mean, that's all you gotta do. Just give your boy a comment down below. That's all it is. And also let me know the next short indie game you want me to play, or any other indie games in general. Anyway, it's your boy JC signing out. I'm gonna see you when I see you. Peace.